All right, y'all, here we are. So we're going to talk about the Cavs chaos in Cleveland.
The wasteland.
What's your thoughts, man? What's your take?
Horrible, man.
That was like no
horrible.
intro.
Just horrible. But someone here did call this before. This wasn't going to work with all these old players, man. It wasn't going to work, and now...
Who called it?
Oh, Leaf.
Wow.
Just you?
Yo.
I'll only speak for myself.
Yo, you doing this?
Yeah, I'm doing this right now. But it's like, if I look at it from the owner's standpoint, right, which is crazy, but...
Yeah, because you were a little bit too dark to do
Yeah, no
that.
doubt.
Go ahead.
But
Wow.
LeBron kind of got him in a chokehold. You feel what I'm saying?
LeBron in the chokehold. Go ahead.
No, LeBron got the Cavs organization in the chokehold because you got to sign in all these players. We're over the luxury tax, and now I don't know if you're staying. You feel what I'm saying? I can't trade you because you got a no trade clause, which LeBron deserves all this. The no trade clause and all that stuff LeBron deserves. But the players like Tristan Thompson getting all that money, J.R. Smith getting all that money. What you looking at me like that for? What?
When I was flipping about dudes getting contracts that they're not worth, and y'all was telling me
we wasn't talking about those dudes.
This is how. Oh, I wasn't talking about those.
We wasn't talking about those dudes.
I was talking about those dudes.
Talking about those dudes, right?
They would have got it somewhere.
Yo,
LeBron made sure they got it with that team.
Listen, like I said, they're not worth it, man. You making above average money, and you're a below average player.
But I mean, it's just, I love it though. I kind of like what I'm seeing though. This is awesome because Kyrie was ahead of the curve when he said, "You."
Well, let's talk about.
Banks did say that.
Let's talk about what's going on the court first and foremost.
What's going on?
What's going on the court?
Same thing we doing here. Well, they not talking on the court at all.
Yeah.
So, I think a few weeks back somebody said the jig is up with Cleveland, but anyhow.
That's the little segments right there, bro. Little segments. They don't got access. They don't got access to that right there, baby. You ain't say it, baby.
This is pat yourself on the back segment.
You ain't pat yourself. You ain't got no receipts.
Listen,
This
is what I'm saying. I haven't seen a lot of Cleveland games. I've seen a lot of the end results.
I don't know why you're watching Philly. Go ahead.
Damn.
Don't do that.
He be doing
anyway,
like a little shot, like a little.
No, he doing it. He's stabbing me in the joint
in the lunchroom and whatnot.
What is wrong? I'm trying to figure out what's so wrong with
I can tell
them not being how did they fall this far?
They play no defense, and I'm gonna tell you why.
I don't get it.
No, I'm gonna tell you why. Because the best player in the world plays no goddamn defense at all. Did you watch that?
Just be him.
No, my man.
It starts with him.
I can tell you why.
It starts with him.
And I can tell you why.
Crap, hold on.
Yeah, it starts with him.
Whoa.
Without a doubt.
I can tell
alien
you
in the
why. No. I can tell you why.
Holy shit.
Listen.
Honestly, we've all played ball here at this table, right? And I don't know, I can't speak for everybody else, but sometimes, most of the time, you're not the best player on the team. I know Leaf is gonna say something, but when the best player is playing hard and playing with passion,
right,
you have no choice. If you are not, LeBron James is out there busting his tail. I gotta bust my tail. And it goes the other way too. LeBron is playing with no passion. LeBron is not rotating on defense. He's not playing hard. Well, I gotta play hard. And this dude is about to be out. This whole thing is a powder fire.
Looked like they were on a layup line, and LeBron was just, that was a pretty left hand.
What about Detroit? Stanley Johnson had 27 points, and 10 of them had to be layups. Easy. But here's
Kevin
the
Love
thing.
ain't there for no one to blow.
But there's a piece to this puzzle that I want to bring up.
What's up?
You know what we keep talking about and things highlight is what you see on the court. Mm-hmm. I want to let you know that doesn't manifest itself on the court. It manifests itself in the practice, in the locker room. There's things behind closed doors
we not seeing
that is just only coming out, and you're seeing it on the court.
Banks said something to me while we were coming here. What was that again? About Wojo?
Oh, Wojciechowski. Apparently, he doesn't talk to any Cavs players. There's only one Cavs player that he talks to.
Dwayne Wade.
No. Isaiah Thomas is his.
Wojciechowski. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Woj.
And you notice he's the one that's reporting everything.
He reports everything, and it's been reported that no Cavs players talk to him. The only person he talks to is Isaiah Thomas. So there goes the source of everything. But there's no passion. I called this early in the game. I called this maybe about 4 points into the game. I said they're going to get blown out. they're going to get blown out. Yo, Houston was doing whatever they wanted. Even when they were missing shots, they were wide open. Nobody was rotating. Those dudes, and the halftime show with Chauncey and Jalen, they said everything that I was saying. You could ask this guy. I said, yo, these guys don't look like they want to be on the court together. They look like they don't like each other. Together. They look like they don't like each other. They just they're going through.
Yo, imagine what the bus must be like. Imagine what the plane ride must be like.
Plane ride? Well, who? LeBron probably taking his own jet.
No. Well, wait. Follow me. Listen what I'm saying to you. The issue isn't only LeBron, because when you see a player on the floor and as a teammate, you don't pick him up.
I said that during the game.
Okay.
Isaiah Thomas fell to the floor. And nobody helped him up. And it's like Derrick Rose realized, oh, snap, nobody helped him up. And he ran over there to help him.
Yo, when you see things like that, those are glaring signs. Right.
There's no passion.
Total glaring signs that it's not a one-man thing. This is a team decimated from top to bottom.
It
starts from the top.
It filters from him all the way down.
No, without a doubt. It starts from the top.
I just want to reflect again.
When Isaiah Thomas came back.
In the lost tapes.
No, it was before that.
Check it out. In the lost tapes we don't have, I said that. You know, yeah.
It sounds like an album, right? It's an album release.
Shout out to Sky. The point that I was trying to really make was that, yo, people get tired of that act. It don't matter how great you are. People get tired of the arrogance. People get tired of the lack of accountability. It's kind of like, yo, you supposed to be our leader here, and here you are, you pointing the finger at me every 5 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Here you are not playing defense, but I gotta play defense, and we getting blown out by 20. That Houston game, yo, I swear to y'all, I sat down and I said, oh, I gotta turn to this game, and I knew I was late to the game. Yo, these dudes about 20. I was like, yo, this is a wrap already.
It's over.
But Mario Chalmers is sitting around somewhere like, yeah, I thought I was bugging.
And he out of Memphis or something like that.
The question I ask is, can they fix this? Thursday night is the trade deadline at 4 p.m.
Oh, and we didn't even get into that. Teams are inquiring about LeBron James.
That's the funniest thing ever.
That is insane.
Yo.
That is insane. And leave it to LeBron James to end up in a better situation. The Spurs trade him for Kawhi straight up.
Well, listen. One thing which is very interesting is, and I think Leaf brought it up on the panel, LeBron is probably out. If Dan Gilbert, I'm just saying. I don't know for sure, but I'm going to put the word probably in. But
like my head.
The fact that Dan Gilbert is now the GM, and yo, your man Kobe Altman, they said they don't even have a job. He just shows up and get a check.
Yo, that's a good job to me.
So he does.
That's a good job to me.
Sound like he works for we do.
Not sure, but you're right.
Nobody knows who he is.
Yo, I'm wondering. But knowing Dan Gilbert is running this team, I think the trade deadline is going to pass, and these dudes don't make a move.
I agree with you, because I don't see anyone taking any piece that they had, and the only piece they had with value is now out with a broke hand.
What? And what they're offering, you heard what they offered for DeAndre. Yeah. Basically, the Clippers hung up the phone. They're like, so they just trying to get.
What did they offer for DeAndre?
J.R. Smith, somebody else.
Shannon Fry, and their first round pick. The Cavs.
Hold on. Not the Nets first round pick.
Not the Nets first round pick. Let's be very clear about that.
Which, listen, to me is stupid. To me, that is stupid.
What, they should offer that pick?
Because here's the deal. You've already seen what you did when you had a high first-round draft pick. You had Kyrie out of that draft. Kyrie, you knew, struggled for basically 3 years. He struggled because you couldn't put nothing else around him. Okay. Now, you're going to go back and do the same thing again?
I got an answer for you.
I don't think they knew it was going to be like that.
But now, wait. But you now learn from it. But you should be able to know that this is what you got.
Maybe you get a transcendent player in this draft.
Who?
This draft is loaded.
There's players. I'm not trading that pick even.
Hold on. Yeah, transcending players is in this draft?
Here we go.
Yeah.
That's a whole nother subject.
No, it doesn't matter.
That's a whole nother subject.
You said they didn't learn. Actually, I think they did learn, because what they were trying to do before was build around LeBron. They traded a lot of their picks to get aging players. They got Larry Hughes. They got an old Shaquille O'Neal at 37 years old, trying to entice LeBron to stay to build around him. And LeBron left them holding the bag where they had no picks or anything like that. Remember, Kyrie and all of them came after they were bad for a few years. So they're saying, we're holding on to this pick because we have no idea what you're going to do. So you want us to trade this pick to bring somebody else in here and then when you decide to leave at the end of the year now, we have no pick, and we're left holding nothing. Yeah. We can't build because you have us in a position where we don't know what you're going to do.
We have no direction. But
we have no idea what you're going to do.
I just want to correct you one thing. Kyrie came the next year after LeBron left.
That's what I thought.
But I agree. I agree with everything Banks is saying. You have no direction. You can't trade that pick, and I'm not trading that pick for DeAndre Jordan. Does DeAndre Jordan coming to Cleveland gonna make LeBron say, "Hey Dan, let me get that contract. I'm gonna stay here for 3 to 5 years"? No, DeAndre Jordan is not that player that's gonna make that happen. I'm sorry.
So if you hold on to the pick, and let me ask this question: LeBron leaves, you hold on to the pick. Where is Cleveland at?
They're gonna be at the bottom. It's so right.
You still a step ahead.
You still a step ahead. I rather rebuild.
I got you. You trade that pick. You bring in DeAndre Jordan, right? Listen to what. Just let me finish. You bring in DeAndre Jordan and LeBron leaves. You stuck with DeAndre Jordan in that contract and no picks.
But let me say this:
you are in hell for years to come.
No, because what you're missing, the point that you're missing is this: if you are able to start moving players off of that roster, you can get picks for some of those players. You still got to rebuild. At the end of hold on, did you just see who the Nets traded? Let's just think about who the Nets traded.
That's why That's why no one is gonna do it.
Nobody for nobody and a pick.
Listen to what I'm saying. That's why no one is gonna do it because they seen what Danny the heist move Danny Ainge pulled on the Nets. That's why no one is gonna do it. Another thing, this is why I would definitely keep the pick, and I'm just gonna keep sucking and maybe eventually it'll work. Pause.
Later. Peace. Peace.
That's how it takes.
We're gonna edit that one out.
Yo, no, we not. We gonna leave that in. Whoa, that's staying. Whoa, that's gonna be in the outtakes of our take. Yo, peace out, y'all.
I was about to take a shot at Philly and I killed myself.
I'm gonna drop you.
Back from a pause moment.
Yeah, Leaf, you should start this segment off.
So Cleveland could just keep being bad and probably go the Philly route, get the picks, and end up with like 3 or 4 number 1 picks, and maybe hopefully they could be the 8th seed.
Do you know Dan Gilbert is
Time out. I gotta stop.
The madness?
Don't do that, B.
What?
You threw the shot with the 8th seed. I heard how you played this. I heard how you played that. Don't do that, man.
I'm just saying.
Go ahead, man. What's
the shot?
You know what I'm saying? He had to throw the shot because we had the 8th seed now.
I think actually our 9th.
You want some clarity for it? Okay.
Look, all right, let's go
I think actually our 9th though.
Let's go back to the lost tape.
We actually aimed
because Avery did say maybe this is wearing thin with LeBron, and we keep hearing this narrative that everybody wants to play with LeBron, and maybe he's a little bit old, man.
Maybe
he's getting a little bit old. Look. You can't build a team when you have no idea where anybody's going to be next year. Is LeBron going to be here next year? How do you play hard? How you play hard in that situation?
Hold on. Okay, let me just get this straight. LeBron's last year with the Miami Heat, that was his last year, and they knew it, and they went to the finals.
No, they did not know that.
I knew it. They did not know it.
Hold on. Wait. Hold on. Wait. Follow what I'm saying. You knew he was going to be a free agent, right? You did not know if he was going to stay or if he was going. No, I'm not talking about what you knew. I'm just saying to you, it was on the table that you knew he was going to be a free agent, that his contract was up.
Yeah.
They played the season knowing that his contract was going to be up, and they didn't know if he was going to come back or not. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
It's no different than what you see now.
No, Absolutely. It is a big difference. It is a big difference. And this is the difference.
Tell me.
Yeah, leaders on that team.
That Miami team played hard. They went to the finals. They lost. We're talking about this team because they look like a horrible basketball team.
No, wait. But I'm going by the narrative, which was just brought up. Wait.
A lot of people were shocked when LeBron went back because everyone thought, y'all could go to 4 straight finals.
Listen, but the narrative is these guys isn't playing hard because they don't know if LeBron is going to leave or stay. I'm saying to you is you have examples that shows that he's been in this situation before, and the teams have played just as hard, just as well, despite knowing that he might not be coming back.
They also had other other talented players on that team, as in Dwayne Wade.
Dwayne Wade he's on this team.
This is not Dwayne. Come on.
Hold on. Yes. Wait. Leadership does not mean you that right. You have to drop 30 a night.
No, the Heat had D Wade. This is Dwayne Wade.
Listen, though, but let me correct you.
The point I'm trying to make is real quick. The point is it's harder to lead from the bench. When Dwayne Wade was a star on that team, and it was different to me. Nobody knew what LeBron was going to do that year. Everybody kind of thought he was coming back. He was staying in Miami.
Leave. You've been watching.
His name is Banks.
You've been watching basketball a long time, right?
Yeah.
For the winning Lakers, outside of Kobe, when Shaq left, who was the other leader that was on that team with Kobe? You remember?
Pau Gasol.
Who else? The point guard, Derek Fisher. Okay. Once again, listen what I'm saying to you. Leadership has nothing to do if your check engine light is on. Well, the thing is about the respect which you garner because of who you are. So I'm not going to say that because Dwayne Wade is coming off the bench that guys. I think
Dwayne Wade showed leadership by giving up his starting spot.
What's your point right there is you're also talking about Kobe Bryant, who came to play every single night regardless of the score, which filters down to everybody else, and LeBron is not doing that.
Well, here's the thing. Let me just say this.
Go ahead. Let me just correct you. They're not playing because he's not committed. Well, that's my point.
I don't think that's why they're not playing.
So wait, that's where I was at.
I don't think that's the reason why they're not playing. I think that they're not playing because they're losing, and they're supposed to have the best player in the galaxy. And on top of that, he's not being a leader at this point.
This is brought to you by Marvels.
By Black Panther.
Word. But I think that's why they're not playing. That's why there's that lack of enthusiasm there. I'm playing with the best player on the planet.
And losing
this
sucks.
Dude is pointing a finger at me, and we losing.
Do you know who's ranked as the worst defender in the NBA right now?
You told us this last week.
No, it's not allegedly. That's off of NBA.com. It's not alleged.
What is it? Is it LeBron?
Yes, it's LeBron.
Anger right there. I don't understand what
he directed his anger at you.
No doubt, because I don't want you. I don't want you to try to shut me down.
He directed his anger at you.
I'm just trying to figure out what's happening right now.
Yeah, he's worse than this guy. He's worse than this guy.
I don't really like that stat though. I don't really like the stat because I don't.
Did you watch the Houston game? You seen it?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm trying to say, where do they get all of those statistics to say that he's the worst defensive player in the league? That's all I'm saying. I think that's a little.
Let me ask you a question.
Where you get those stats from?
Leave.
You want me to look it up for you?
Leave.
I need to figure out the analytics.
Let me ask you a question.
What's up, bro?
The only reason that I'm going to question that stat is this here. If a guy plays 6 minutes and a guy plays 36 minutes,
he's all right.
How you qualify?
Let me
it has to be at least 30 minutes a game.
30 minutes. It's 30 minutes. That's what it is. So for players who play 30 minutes or more, he is the worst defensive player.
Based on what?
Bro, they the NBA.com didn't say it, man.
I don't know. I just don't know if he's the worst
sneaker color
player. I don't know if he's the worst defensive player.
Call Philly and ask Joel Embiid. Maybe he can tell you.
Why, Joe? I don't understand where that went.
Got nothing to say after that.
Shut him down on that one.
I don't understand. But anyway.
Okay. So, with everything going the way it is, do you see at this point, and of course the trade deadline hasn't happened, but if the Cavs don't change this roster around immediately, do they get out of the East?
No.
Hell no. Hell no. I don't think if they
I said Boston from the beginning of the season. When somebody at this table told me the Cavs had the best roster on paper.
Word.
Mm-hmm. I did.
Yeah.
I
didn't say you. I'm just saying.
Pat yourself on the back.
I ain't saying
Pat yourself on the back.
No, I don't see them getting out of these. I mean, look, we have seen this before from the Cavs where they have
we ain't seen.
That's what I'm saying.
Hold on.
We have seen this before, but
I've seen something which is very interesting. Last year they lost.
They were 6-8. They were 6-8 in January too, and then they came back and won the first 4 games in February.
They lost by 34. I forgot the team which they mentioned that they lost to last year, and the year previous they had a similar losing, getting blown out like that before. This ain't the first time it happened.
They are
and this
0-8 on national TV this year.
That's very true. Very, very true.
This doesn't feel different to you at all.
It looks different.
That's what I'm saying.
It definitely looks different. I've never seen When I seen Stanley Johnson, who I think is a bum, this dude looked like an all-star. And Stanley, you got my last name, but I'm going to tell you right now you're a bum.
Yo, listen,
go ahead.
I'm glad you brought that up because right now, Jonathan Simmons has 29 points in 28 minutes.
Listen, I'm telling you, it's
The
not surprised.
The Magic are the worst team in the East.
I'm not surprised, man.
Wow.
They're playing no defense.
Wow.
None whatsoever. What's the score?
96-92 Orlando.
And you can't beat the Magic.
Nah, it's something.
Two of their 3 wins out of their last 15 or 16 games is against the Magic. The rest of them they lost. They've only beat the Magic and one other team. I think it's another team that they beat.
Yeah, that's why I said this is different. This is definitely
So
different.
what?
Never seen
I got a
this.
question. What happens in Cleveland going forward? Does Tyronn Lue survive this? LeBron is gone. So what do you do after this? Do you just completely rip it down to the studs?
This is the Patriots.
You rip it down to the studs
You're
after
being
this?
completely ridiculous. Stop it. Stop. Nah, I think Tyrone doesn't survive.
He can't survive this.
Nah.
He
If
can't.
LeBron leaves, they're gonna start with a new coach. They're gonna start fresh. They're gonna get that quote unquote hopefully transcendent player, somebody to coach that kid up. I don't know who's gonna take the job. but-
Transcendent player
I said
again?
Transcendent
I said
player, man. They
quote-unquote.
are some really. There's some
everything
really
that's
good
going on
players.
in-
There's
with-
some really
what I
good
said.
players.
With everything that's going on in Cleveland, that transcendent player might get drafted by the Cavs, and that kid might say, "Nah, I'm going to the BBB league."
Bro,
Shout out to Lonzo Ball.
I'm not even. Why did we even put a drop in for him?
But listen, man. Yeah,
Well,
we
go
don't
ahead.
have
That's
to
a
go
better
about that.
situation
Yeah.
than going to Cleveland right now.
It's just it looks bad. It doesn't. This feels different. Like even before, with the Heat was struggling last year, when the Cavs were struggling, you didn't see another team in the East that could challenge them. Even when they were losing.
No, that's not true. No, last
No,
year,
I didn't believe it.
unless you remember.
Are you talking about Toronto?
Toronto was
No.
the team.
No.
To-
Nobody believes in Toronto.
Listen, hold on.
Nobody believes in
Hold on,
Toronto.
I don't believe in Toronto now, and they
Thank
balling.
you.
Let me say it again.
I'll let you talk.
I'm not talking about what you feel, but when you talk about the feel around the NBA, the challenging team against them last year was the Raptors.
They just needed
And
something to talk about. No one actually believed that.
You believe that?
No one actually believed that.
In the
Nobody
field,
believed that.
in the
No one
field,
believed that.
who was a
Nobody
team
believed
to
that.
compete with them? I know what Marvin's trying to say.
I know what
In the
he's trying to
field.
say, but at no point during last year, I don't care what anybody's saying right now, did they feel that the Cavs were not coming out of the East?
No,
they was
that's,
talking
that's,
about that
That's
from the
not what
beginning
was
of the
said.
season.
Hold
They said-
on. That's not what was said.
What was
Again,
said?
you said that there was no team to challenge them.
Yes.
I said that the last year, the team that people thought was going to challenge
people?
them
Who's the people?
was the Raptors.
Who's the people?
The NBA
Pundits.
pundits.
No.
Great word.
No.
Oh, it wasn't them?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
Nobody believed. They were talking.
Washington,
Listen, they were
Boston
talking about.
were the two
They were
teams.
talking about Cavs. They were talking about Cavs, Golden State again, and is this getting boring? And they were talking about that from
No,
the beginning.
We
of the
actually
season.
talked about
We talked about that, but wait.
That's what I'm
Again,
saying.
hold on. So, there was no team that was going to challenge the Cavs last year.
Boston or Washington. I'm just
All right.
disagreeing on the Toronto thing.
That's fine. That's fine.
Why are we leaning on this?
I don't know.
part of
Real,
the conversation?
yeah, exactly. Real quick, okay, we could debate that point, whatever. But Boston, I seriously believe Boston has a chance to come out of the East.
Is anybody
Especially
gonna
with the
challenge
way they
Boston?
Cavs. I don't
Is
know.
anybody-
Washington is falling on hard times.
Yo, what's interesting I'm going to bring
Did
up.
this dude just say Philly?
He's talking about the Eagles. He's talking about the Eagles.
You know I'm going to slap you in the back of your head, right?
He's talking about the
Yo,
Eagles.
what's very interesting is how Washington's playing without John Wall.
No,
Very
what's
interesting.
what's interesting is the shots being thrown after the game at
Ooh.
John Wall on Twitter, on
And-
interviews.
Yo, listen,
Are they
man.
playing well without
Yo,
John?
John. Yo,
Yes.
Yeah, they 5-0 without. Yo, John, you can come to the Knicks, man. Don't let them disrespect you down there in Washington. I'll take them.
John, don't do that. Go back to Kentucky if that's the case.
Son,
Damn.
Okay.
turn his mic off.
So right now, Thursday, we will know if this team stays pat or if
Cavs?
it changes the Cavs.
I see them
it's gonna be
staying
a team.
pat. I
I
don't
do
see.
too.
I don't
I-
see
I
anyone
really do.
taking.
Yeah, they don't have anything to get back.
And
but
one
they're
move
playing.
is not going to do it. They need to clean. They need to clean about 5-6 players out this
They
roster.
gonna trade LeBron James. You
I-
heard it here first.
I could
they
see
gonna
it.
trade LeBron James.
I could see
By the
it.
deadline.
LeBron is gonna waive his no trade clause to
For
go
the
to
right
the Spurs.
I could see it.
Go to the Spurs.
I
You
can
heard
see
it here
LeBron get
first.
traded,
You heard
man.
it here first.
That'll be crazy.
I can see
I'm
LeBron.
telling you.
That'll be crazy.
I can see LeBron get traded.
That'll be crazy. I'm not going to say no, but it'll be crazy.
You heard it here
that
first.
happens, that's crazy.
Bank
Yo.
all take sports.
Thank you for tuning in. Yo, listen, we got receipts on it now. Let's see if it happens. Peace.
Heard it.
Peace, y'all.
Later.
Wow.
But I'll be around for a while, yeah. But I'll be around for a while, yeah. But I'll be around for a while.
This is Nate, dog. Snare and hard kick. This is it. The cocaine and the crack. They all sound the same to me.
There's a war going on outside, no man is safe from. Take me out of here.
Tell them what we came from.
That's how I'm living.
That's how we do it. That's just the way it is.
That's the reason why I came to you. Drink and women and money.